Hi everyone, welcome to Prep Week for the Faster Way to Fat Loss. I am so excited to have you here. As you are hopping onto this live training, please go ahead and use the chat feature on this video thread. Tell me where you are from and your one main goal through the Faster Way to Fat Loss. Again, as you are hopping on, go ahead and make your way to the comment feature on this video thread. Tell me where you are from and your one main goal through the Faster Way to Fat Loss. I cannot wait to hear those goals. Also, welcome to my returning clients. We have hundreds of returning clients on this call as well who are ready to just rock a second round and really cement the lifestyle. So very, very happy to have you. I am thrilled to have you back once again for the Faster Way to Fat Loss. As you're hopping on, make your way to the chat feature. Tell me your one main goal through the Faster Way to Fat Loss and also where you are from. I'll read a few of those as we get started. We have quite a bit of ground to cover. We're going to have a lot of fun on this call today. So I'm going to share just a little bit about the overview of our food cycle. I'm going to introduce you to our Fast Way to Fat Loss certified coaches. I'm also going to give you some information about the workouts, and I will answer any and all questions that you have. And I just wanted to let you guys know, I have Brandon here as well because we tend to get quite a few questions on these initial live trainings. So he's gonna kind of be looking through and helping me field some of the most common questions. So if you see him over there moving, you'll know why. All right, I am thrilled to have you guys hopping on. We have over 2,000 ladies starting the Faster Way to Fat Loss today. Again, we have over 2,000 ladies in the Faster Way to Fat Loss family starting Prep Week today. Very, very exciting. This is our biggest round yet. It's going to be our best round yet. I am honored that you trust me and that you said, listen, I want to transform my life. You're going to thrive through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. You're going to have incredible results because it's the best program in the market. It will be challenging, but it will be worth it. And you'll find that although Prep Week can be a little bit overwhelming, the cycle, the program, the system, the formula will become second nature. And within a week or two, if you're a new client, you're going to say, actually, Amanda, this is pretty simple. It's a fairly simple lifestyle. And those of the ladies who are on this call who are returning clients, they can attest to this. They're going to be able to say to you, hey, listen, it actually is a fairly simple lifestyle, and you're going to be able to kind of get used to that as we go. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk through an overview of the food cycle, but first I'm going to read a few of your comments below to see where you are from and your one main goal through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. Allison is from Minnesota. She would like to lose inches, gain confidence, and create better habits with food. Perfect. You are in the right place, my friend. All right, Heather is from Florida. Excited and hope to lose 15 pounds and feel better. Tired of feeling run down. Again, you're in the right place. I'm so thrilled to have you. We're going to work to burn fat. That's really the goal. Losing weight is going to be secondary, but you'll find that we don't even actually do weigh-ins through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. In fact, it's probably going to be the first weight loss program you'll do where we don't actually do weigh-ins. Shauna says, my goal for round 2, woohoo, is to keep my nutrition tight. I want to keep toned. Awesome. Awesome. Yay, Rachel Dearden is back. She says, absolutely, become second nature. All right. Yay, Jordan from St. Pete, Florida. Healthier relationship with food. That's her goal, resulting in fat loss. Absolutely. Good for you. Oh my gosh, we have someone from Xenia, Ohio who wants to lose the baby weight. I love it. Melinda from Arizona just went through my second hip surgery. I'm excited to get back to feeling, absolutely. Feeling healthy again. Energy, loose fitting clothes. Absolutely. All right, ladies, we're going to dive in. I want to chat through the food cycle, but before I even dive into those details, I want you to know, specifically if you're a first-time client, the purpose, the goal, the focus through Prep Week is to learn the strategies that make the Fast Way to Fat Loss highly effective. We are working toward progress, not perfection, okay? Progress, not perfection. I want to equip and empower you to get well, to prevent disease, to fulfill your purpose with the energy I know you should have. But we're going to do that with progress and passion toward our wellness goals. We're not going to post on the Facebook group page later today or tomorrow, Wednesday, and say, Amanda, I've already failed. I didn't quite hit my macros. I didn't quite get all the sets and reps for the sample workout plan. We're not going to be a negative Nelly this week. We are working toward progress. You're not going to get this lifestyle overnight, okay? We're not going to make a huge change overnight. We're going to take it a step at a time. We're going to stay optimistic. We're going to trust the process. Our goal, our focus is progress, not perfection, through prep week and week 1. So even next week, I'm going to get on a getting started right call with you guys next Monday as well. We're going to talk through different ways to set you up for success. What we want to do today is we want to simply familiarize ourselves with the portal. FYI, there's a portal. Sometimes I have clients who go through the program and they're like, man, I had amazing results. I lost 25 pounds. I followed the cookbook, or I used my success planner. Also, did you have workouts that you wanted us to do? I'm like, oh my gosh, did you see the portal? Sometimes people miss the fact that there's a portal. Main goal today, so we're starting prep week. Main goal today, familiarize yourself with the portal. Additionally, I want you to join your small accountability group later today when we email you the link. We're going to email you a link to a smaller accountability group. I love this big group. There's a lot of energy, a lot of people introducing themselves and sharing how excited they are. Big group is really fun for the live trainings, but we're going to do smaller groups because I don't want you to fall between the cracks. I want to be sure that we're answering your questions. We're seeing what you're up to on a regular basis. So join that smaller accountability group later today when we email you the link. Familiarize yourself with the portal. Introduce yourself right there on the smaller accountability group as well. So here are several important elements that I have incorporated into the Fast Way to Fat Loss to make it highly effective and frankly to make it the best program on the market. First, we do eat the right macronutrients at the right time for the right reasons. I know many of you are on this call and you're like, macro, what? Micros, what are, macronutrients are a very important element of the success of this program, having the right macronutrients at the right time for the right reasons. The 3 macronutrients that we are going to pay attention to are carbohydrates, fats, and protein. Ultimately, if you overconsume or underconsume on carbohydrates, fats, or protein, you're not going to be able to optimize your results through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. We're going to be very strategic about how many carbs you consume in regard to grams, how much fat you consume, how much protein you consume. We also want to consume these macronutrients at the right time. And what I'm referring to there is intermittent fasting. We do intermittent fasting every single day through the Faster Way to Fat Loss. There's a reason it's called the Faster Way to Fat Loss. It's because we are fasting. This is a very counterintuitive strategy. Many of you listening, if you're a first-time client, you're like, the F word is scary to me. Fasting is intimidating. I don't want to feel like I'm going to pass out in the morning when I'm at work. I promise you intermittent fasting is not nearly as scary as it sounds. If you're a returning client, please comment below and tell my ladies, like, yes, fasting actually is a great practice. And we're going to do intermittent fasting every single day through the program. We're going to do what's called a 16-8 protocol. This means that we are going to fast for 16 hours every day. We are going to eat or feed for 8 hours every day. In most cases, what that looks like is that you will simply start the timer on your 16-hour fast immediately after dinner. So let's use tonight as an example. I have my dinner at 7 p.m. I start my timer at 7 p.m. for my 16-hour fast. By tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when I wake up, I've already fasted for 12 hours. In the morning tomorrow, I'm going to focus on hydrating. I'm going to have a lot of water because that same signal that tells us we're hungry tells us we're thirsty. So sometimes we misinterpret those signals. I'm going to have a lot of water in the morning. I'm going to have my black Nespresso coffee, which I absolutely love. By noon, I've already made it. Noon comes around, 11 comes around. I've already done my 16-hour fast. So we're going to fast for 16 hours to allow our body to burn fat more effectively, for cell repair and healing, for increased energy. We're going to allow our immune system to be improved and boosted and strengthened. when our bodies are at digestive rest, there are so many important things that take place. And we can simplify it down and say, basically, your body is in one of two states at any time. It's either fed or fasted. It's either healing itself or it's digesting food. Okay, if we really simplify it down, your body's either doing one of two things at any time. It's either healing itself or it's digesting food. 30% or more of our energy through the day goes to digesting food. We're not going to use any of that energy in the morning. We're going to stay at digestive rest, and we're going to give our bodies longer to heal themselves. And again, I want to equip and empower you to get well, to prevent disease, and to fulfill your purpose with the energy I know you should have. Intermittent fasting is going to be a very important aspect of this. Additionally, we are going to carb cycle. So we're going to have the right amount of macros at the right time for the right reasons. We're going to do intermittent fasting. We're also going to do carb cycling. When we do carb cycling, this means that we're going to have some days with lower carbs. We're going to implement carb depletion strategies so that we can burn fat or triglycerides for fuel. When you consume carbs, your body transitions that into glucose, stores it as glycogen in your muscles. Glycogen is typically the first fuel source that you use when you're in movement. And most of us come into the fast way to fat loss just simply burning off glycogen. We're always burning off glycogen, but we're never really dipping into those fat or triglyceride stores for fuel. That's about to change. We're going to transition your body from being a sugar burner and simply burning off glycogen to becoming a fat burner and burning triglycerides. Because how many of you guys, by a raise of hands, want to get rid of some of that midsection fat or want to get rid of some of that fat on your triceps or your hips or whatever the case may be? We're going to start burning triglycerides for fuel on our lower carb days because we deplete your glycogen stores with intermittent fasting and then a lower carb intake day, a food log strategically paired with a workout, a high intensity interval workout. You guys are going to feel the fat melting off your body and it's going to feel good. So really excited about that. The second element that we incorporate into the faster way to fat loss to make it highly effective is that we lift heavy to develop lean calorie burning muscle. Many of us women are a little bit intimidated about lifting heavy because we, A, aren't really sure what to do, when to do, why to do, how to do in the free weight room or at home with the weights. And B, we don't want to get bulky. Well, here's the deal. You will not get bulky on the Fast Way to Fat Loss program. It is impossible to get bulky. You are not going to come out of this program looking like Arnold, but strong is the new sexy. We definitely want to look strong. We want to be We want to be able to say, hey, we're able to lift this. We're able to do this during the day. You know, on an everyday basis, we feel strong. But we are going to lift heavy to develop lean calorie burning muscle because that's a very important way to maximize your metabolism. In the Faster Way to Fat Loss, you will see that we don't do a lot of long form cardio. We're not really hopping on the elliptical a lot. We're not getting out and doing these long runs. We are prioritizing nutrition first. Actually, then rest, which I'll get to. Nutrition first, then rest is our second priority. Third priority is strength training. We want to have more lean calorie burning muscle to maximize our metabolism. Our next priority is high intensity interval training, which is the third element I've incorporated into the Fast Way to Fat Loss to make it highly effective. We engage in high intensity interval training or metabolic training, you might have heard it called. We do this on our lower carbohydrate days because, again, we want to deplete our glycogen stores so we can burn fat for fuel. But I also call this muscle building cardio. So on Monday, Tuesday, you're going to see some circuits that are very difficult, very challenging, but they will develop muscle. So I call it muscle building cardio circuits. Tabata circuits, high intensity interval circuits. You're going to really enjoy it. And I know a few of you already are like, oh my gosh, Amanda, I'm 60 and I haven't worked out in 30 years. I don't want to be grinding through these workouts quite yet. No big deal. I will get to that. We're going to focus on nutrition as our main priority and then incorporate the workouts as practical and possible. The fourth element that we incorporate into the Fast Way to Fat Loss to make it highly effective is that we do maintain the proper mindset. You must develop the proper disposition for success when you pursue ambitious wellness goals, okay? We have to stay positive. We have to trust the process. If you are a negative Nelly, if you post on this group page later today and say, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm going to fail, and I'll just remove you from the group page. We do not want people who are negative in this program. You've got to stay positive. You've got to stay optimistic. We must develop the proper mindset and disposition for success when we pursue ambitious wellness goals. My clients who come in, they say, I have an open mind. I know it's going to be challenging, but I'm going to trust the process. I've seen thousands of other people now have success stories through this. I'm going to believe that it's possible for me to also see massive success. Those clients do extremely well. The clients who come in super skeptical, kind of negative Nelly, not sure if they can, those are the clients who, A, I remove from the program, or B, ultimately don't do well. So as women, we tend to count our defeats and our losses instead of our wins. It ends today. Instead of getting to the end of the day and saying, I didn't quite hit my macros, I had too many calories, I didn't quite do my workout, I missed this, I didn't get enough sleep. We're going to say, here's my daily win. This is my daily. I had more water today than I've had in months. I drank coffee without a gallon of creamer in it today. I moved today. I did a walk outside for the first time in 3 weeks. We're going to count our wins. We're going to focus on the daily victories through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. And you'll see that every Friday I post on our group page, I say, what was your biggest success this week? Let's rejoice with each other. We are one community, one family here. We want to encourage and uplift and support each other as we go through the program and really focus on the positives. That's the best way to be as you go through this program. The fifth element that we incorporate into the Fast Way to Fat Loss to make it highly effective, which I alluded to earlier, is we do focus on rest and sleep. I know this is much easier said than done. I speak from experience on this. Last night we were up, he was sleep talking, walking, there was a storm, the baby's up, there was a lot of things going. I didn't get the best sleep last night. But tonight I'm going to go to bed a little bit earlier. I'm going to focus on rest, focus on sleep. It's not good, it's not positive for us to be in a stressed state all the time. And as women, we're expected to raise the next generation with excellence. We're expected to work and be a great employee or business owner. We're expected to look like a supermodel and go to the gym and do the elliptical for an hour and be part of our church and community. It's not good for us to be under stress 24/7. That's not the ideal. We need to focus on sleep. We need to focus on rest, because if we have chronically elevated cortisol levels, guess what? We're not going to burn fat effectively, and we're going to be pretty miserable. We need to focus on resting enough, not overtraining, because here's the deal. If you overtrain and simultaneously undereat, which many of my clients coming to the Fast Way to Fat Loss have said, guilty, because the wellness industry frankly told me that I should do insane workouts 6 or 7 days a week and consume 12 to 1,500 calories. If you overtrain and undereat long term, something's going to break. If you really use some common sense, it's like, yeah, something's going to, if I undereat and overtrain, and that something is your thyroid. Many of you have a suboptimal thyroid function, and we're going to address that through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. We're going to eat enough of the right foods, of the right macros, and we're going to scale back in some cases on workouts. Now, if you're listening and you haven't worked out in 3 years, we're going to ramp it up. But if you're like, man, I've been going to Orange Theory, I've been doing some cardio, I've been doing runs outside, I've been going to my spin classes, I've been doing CrossFit, I've been training for a half marathon, and I'm still not seeing results. In fact, I've been gaining fat around my midsection. I'm so frustrated, I'm depleted, I'm tired. We need to scale it back and then increase the fuel. Very counterintuitive, because the wellness industry, unfortunately, has told you the opposite for the past several decades. So we're going to rectify that situation through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. And I just want you to know that if you're discouraged coming into this program because you went to the doctor and the doctor told you that you're gaining weight or can't lose weight because of hormones and kind of left it there, there's hope for you. And that hope and that solution is the Faster Way to Fat Loss. So we are thrilled to have you, and I can't wait to watch your transformation through the next 6 weeks. Okay. Rundown of the days and why we're doing the days really quickly, and then I am going to introduce my Fast Way to Fat Loss certified coaches. We will do low carb day on Monday and Tuesday. This is a low carb macro day where our focus is to consume less than 50 grams net carbs. And again, we want to implement a lower carbohydrate day paired with a high intensity interval workout, so we then deplete our glycogen stores and start to burn fat for fuel. And I know you guys are excited about this. You're gonna feel a little bit Hangry, the first couple weeks as your body transitions, you're probably going to be using my name in ways that aren't, probably not positive, Monday, Tuesday of next week is going to be a little tough. Just prepare yourself for that. But then your body's going to get used to that cycle, and we're going to transition to becoming a fat burner. We want to do these low carb macro days, Monday, Tuesday, less than 50 grams net carbs. You're going to use the MyFitnessPal tool, the MyFitnessPal app tool, to calculate your carbohydrates, which probably sounds really overwhelming to some of you, but I'm going to train you on how to do that. Do not worry, we're going to be with you every step of the way as you get used to that particular tool for counting and tracking your macros. We're going to do a regular macro day on Wednesday and Thursday. On our regular macro day, we will consume 50% of our overall macronutrients are carbohydrates, 20% are proteins, and 30% is healthy fats. One very important note as I discuss this food cycle, maybe my most basic nutrition tip that I can share with you is that we are going to consume whole foods through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. If the foods come from the ground or if they have a mother, they are fair game. You do not need to post on our group page later today and say, Amanda, I didn't see radishes on the list of approved foods. Can I have a radish? Amanda, I didn't see broccolini on the list of approved foods. Can I have broccolini? If it comes from the ground or has a mother, it's on the approved foods list. We are going to focus on whole foods through the Fast Way to Fat. Don't post on the page later today, though, and say, Amanda, I, really excited about regular macro day because we'll have more carbs. Is carrot cake approved? I literally a couple weeks ago on Instagram saw a Fast Way to Fat Loss client, brand new Fast Way to Fat Loss client. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for regular macro day because I'm going to have carrot cake. And I'm like, oh, I think you missed the memo about Whole Foods. I was like, carrots do come from the ground and have a mother, but the cake part we actually want to eliminate. I was like, that's not really the goal here. So let's go ahead and focus on those whole foods. If it came from the ground, if it has a mother, lots of veggies, plant-based nutrition here is key. And what we want to do is we want to consume the foods that are going to help us thrive. We want to consume the foods that our bodies are meant to process and break down, and that are going to help us be energized through the energy that you guys are going to feel, and the fact that your hormones are going to be balanced finally once and for all because we're consuming the right foods, focus on those right foods. Really, really, really important. Came from the ground, has a mother. Just keep that in mind. Plant-based nutrition, regular macro day, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to do a strength training workout on those days. And it's kind of total body. Total body workouts are really positive because we get, there's so many different reasons that, I'll kind of share later because I have to get through this call. But really important that you do some heavy lifting on these days. We're going to build that calorie burning muscle. We're going to focus on just about the same amount of protein each day on the food cycle, whether it's a low carb macro day or a regular macro day. We'll have about the same amount of protein. We need protein. We need carbs. No matter what you've heard about carbs recently, you need carbs. As women, we need carbs. The program that you're doing right now is a fantastic transition from a keto plan or other extremely low carb diets, which frankly aren't good for women long term for hormone reasons. Like we really need those carbs. We need fats. We need healthy fats. Fat will not make you fat. Wednesday, Thursday, regular macro day. On Friday, we're going to do a low macro day. We're also going to rest. On our low macro day, we'll have 25% less macros overall, carbs, fats, and protein, 25% less overall. We're consuming less because we're not expending as much energy since we're resting. On Saturday, we're going to do a regular macro day with our favorite treat. On Saturday, we do our leg day workout. Leg day is the most important day of the week because it's the biggest muscle group. And then on Sunday, we're going to do another low macro day with a rest. Important note about workouts. Here's the deal. I'm a personal trainer. I've been in the industry for 15 years. I love to work out. I love to put my clients through workouts. The workouts are important, but they are not vital. Let me say that again. The workouts are important through the Fast Way to Fat Loss, but they are not vital. This might be a little bit shocking or surprising to you if you're listening and you're like, man, it's been in the fitness industry now for 15 years. Listen, we are going to prioritize nutrition and we need to balance and honor stress and rest in our lives. Okay, listen to your body. I don't want you to over-exercise through this program. And again, many of you are coming to me, 30% of you are coming to me with a suboptimal thyroid function. Many of you are coming to me with adrenal fatigue. Many of you are coming to me with overuse injuries because you're training for that half marathon. You're doing the Orange Theory, you're doing this, and you're not seeing results. If you're not seeing results, something's got to change. And sometimes it's pulling back on the workouts, giving your body a bit of a rest, and focusing on that whole food nutrition with a strategic food cycle. I want you to move. I want you to get out and do a walk every day if possible, but only incorporate those workouts if you're ready for it and if your body is able. So workouts are important, but not vital. Okay, I'm going to introduce you quickly to my Fast Way to Fat Loss certified coaches. The cool thing about working with me through the Fast Way to Fat Loss is that I'm your coach. I'm the creator of the Fast Way to Fat Loss. I'm also your coach through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. But since you're joining with me, you also have access to Fast Way to Fat Loss certified coaches who will be helping with accountability and support on your small group accountability page. And the reason is because we have 2,000 clients starting the round today, and I'm not able to check up on all 2,000 of you each and every day. I'll be in the groups, I'll be posting, I'll be kind of, seeing what you're up to on Instagram and occasionally answering your questions as well. But you also have support from these fantastic ladies. Lindsay Reynolds, you're going to see her answering your questions, posting important information. Misty, you'll have Casey on your pages as well. I have Tessa. We have Vivian, who's a fantastic certified coach. Nicole, who is pregnant, almost ready to deliver. She got pregnant through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. We have Emily, Renee, and then also Jen. So these ladies have been hired by my team after they became certified through my program. And we said, hey, listen, we want you to now support Amanda's clients as well because we need that extra support and accountability for the clients. So you're going to really enjoy getting to know those ladies. Again, I'm your coach. You are working directly with me, but we have the support and the accountability from those Fast Way to Fat Loss certified coaches. So very, very excited about that. All right. I'm going to share a couple quick reminders and expectations that I have for you, and then I'm going to answer your questions. First, very quick expectation/reminder. Please do not hop on the scale through the program after today. If you choose to hop on the scale today, you have a scale and you're used to hopping on every day, totally fine. Hop on the scale, write down that weight, do your measurements. Measurements are even more important. Take those before pictures today. Please take them today. Don't wait until next week. Take them today. After today, you are not to hop on the scale through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. The number on the scale is not a good representation of the progress that we're making toward our goals. That number on the scale is just simply not a good indication of body composition changes. Muscle weighs more than fat. I have removed the end of program weigh-in. Some women still choose to hop on the scale at the end of the 6 weeks, their first 6-week round, and then they throw the scale away. They smash the scale. We're going to do a whole social media campaign, smash the scale. There's just simply no reason to hop on the scale. It doesn't matter. You're going to see that you have more energy, you're leaning out, you're fitting into your clothes better. So many other non-scale victories. We're just not. If you email me 2 weeks from now and you say, Amanda, I'm stronger, I'm more energized, I'm feeling optimistic about this, my clothes are fitting, but I only lost 3 pounds, what am I doing wrong? If you send me that email 2 weeks from now, I will throw you out of the program.
It's true.
It is true. I do this all the time. Mm-hmm. Do not hop on the scale or send me an email 3 weeks from now that I've only lost 5 pounds. What am I doing wrong? So-and-so, I saw on your Instagram, so-and-so had this amazing results. She lost 12 pounds within 4 weeks. I haven't lost 12 pounds. Just don't compare with others. Don't hop on the scale. It's not necessary or productive. Okay. Other important reminder for you is that you've got to keep me updated daily. I want to see those macro screenshots each and every day because I want to ensure that you're eating enough of the right foods. This is so important. If you're not eating enough, we're going to have all kinds of hormonal issues. We're going to have fight or flight issues in the middle of the night. You're going to wake up with anxiety and sweats, and we need to eat enough of the right foods. Very, very important. The other quick reminder is to stay positive. As I shared earlier, have fun. You're going to really enjoy the support system, the family, the community, the one unit that we have going through the Fast Way to Fat Loss together. And then finally, quick reminder, please look at your email inbox later today, because we're going to be sending out that email for the smaller Facebook accountability group. And then also familiarize yourself with the portal. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and look through some questions. What are some of the most common questions that I can go ahead and address?
There was one about the carrot cake. If my mother made the carrot cake,
if your mother made the carrot cake, is it approved on regular macro day? Unfortunately, no. But please enjoy every last bite of that carrot cake on your leg day. So maybe just save it for leg day, because that's so funny. I love it. I love it. What other common questions are we receiving?
Does dairy have a mother?
Does dairy have a mother? That's a fantastic question. Here's the deal with dairy. Here's the deal with gluten. Raw dairy and gluten are not the issue, but we are going to eliminate gluten and dairy through this 6-week program. And here's why. The gross manipulation of our foods has caused a lot of sensitivities, a lot of allergies, a lot of inflammation, a lot of issues. Raw dairy is not the issue. Gluten is not the issue. However, most of the time it's causing issues, okay? Because it's been grossly manipulated and processed, and we just simply don't need those things in our lives to thrive. So we're gonna do gluten-free, dairy-free. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a transition for some of you. Gluten-free, dairy-free. Now, after this initial round, if you say, I've never had an issue with dairy, and typically I just consume raw dairy, maybe we'll slowly reincorporate that. But I have to tell you, thousands of my clients have said, Amanda, I never thought I had an issue with dairy. I never thought I had an issue with gluten. I now know that the reason I was bloated, the reason I was gassy, the reason I was this, the reason I was that, the reason I had inflammation is gluten, it's dairy. So we're going to eliminate gluten and dairy. You just simply don't need those things in your food log to thrive. And so we're going to remove them. Good question.
A lot of questions on MyFitnessPal.
Yes.
But you're going to share a video later?
I will share a video where I train you on how to use the MyFitnessPal tool. The MyFitnessPal tool is fairly straightforward once you watch my training video. It's not necessarily intuitive when you initially get, the app sign everything, but I'm going to teach you how to use the MyFitnessPal tool, and you will be able to really leverage that tool as we go through the fast way to fat loss.
Alcohol, diet soda.
Alcohol. Okay. I get a lot of questions about alcohol, and I'm a mom of 3, so I understand the questions about wine. Trust me, I do. We're not going to do a daily glass of wine. Okay. We're going to, in most cases, now I have some exceptions to this, ladies who have still done extremely well with the daily glass of wine. And you kind of have to ultimately make your own decision on this. I would save the alcohol consumption for our leg day. I would save it for leg day, because when you do consume alcohol, many times you're telling your body to stop burning fat. Okay, so we're going to say, hey, let's give ourselves the very best chance possible to see results. Now, again, there's exceptions to this. I have plenty of exceptions that I can, tell you about, show you about, where women still drink their daily, 1 to 3 glasses of wine. But in most cases, I prefer that you save your alcohol for leg day. Diet Coke is not going to serve you well. Okay. I want you guys to focus on hydrating with water, herbal teas, black coffee is okay, but I don't need to sit here and answer 100 questions about what can I put in my coffee? Can I do this tiny bit of almond milk or this, that, or the other, coconut milk? Just, in general, let's stay under 50 calories with our coffee in the morning. Let's drink lots and lots of water. You're just going to feel so much better if you're focused on water, cold pressed USDA certified juices, organic juices, herbal teas. That's going to be your best bet.
They do not need to buy premium MyFitnessPal.
You do not need to buy premium MyFitnessPal. That's right. You can. I think it's better for my round 2 clients because you can adjust your macros in the premium version, but it's not necessary. You can do a little bit of math to do that as well.
People that are doing CrossFit, Orange Theory, how do they incorporate? Should they double up?
Yep, good question. Okay, so I get a lot of questions about this. Many of my clients do Orange Theory, which is fantastic. Many of my clients do CrossFit. We love CrossFit. Brandon's a member of the local CrossFit box. He goes to, we just, watched the CrossFit games last weekend. Many of my ladies spin. If you're in this program, chances are what you have been doing isn't working. You join this program because the workouts that you're currently doing and the nutrition strategy that you're using isn't working to bring you significant or lasting results. There's a reason you join the Fast Way to Fat Loss. Consider the fact that I know what works extremely well. So I have perfected the workouts combined with the food cycle. You might do my workouts and my food cycle for 3 weeks and see how that goes without also adding in your Orange Theory, your CrossFit, your spinning, whatever. If you're like, Amanda, listen, I go to Orange Theory for the social aspect of it. Yeah. I spin because I totally get that, because I go to the gym to get out of the house and to see my buddies. You know, that's why I go to the gym. Mm-hmm. So I totally get that. What I would do is maybe incorporate some of your CrossFit workouts, your Orange Theory workouts on a regular macro day, if applicable. Do not double up. You do not need to double up. I do not want you overtraining. Again, that is detrimental. I want to prevent you from adrenal fatigue, hypothyroidism, overuse injuries. Do not double up. But if you feel that you want to go to, you know, your classes because all your friends are there, then let's do that. And I'm not going to take you away from your trainer who you're working with in the gym, you know, anything like that. I would never do that to another fitness professional. But again, think about the fact that you probably paid for the fast way to fat loss because what you're doing right now isn't working, and maybe you should consider 2-3 weeks just doing it my way and then moving forward. All right, other questions?
Returning clients, is there a new portal, and what should they do starting a second round?
Really good question. Thank you. So many of my returning clients are on this call right now. And again, I'm so thrilled to have you back. You're going to do an amazing job through round 2. We have a brand new portal, so we're going to be sharing that. It's a fall portal. My apologies for the confusion when you probably received the portal from your last round. So my apologies for the confusion on that email, but later today, we're going to hook you up with the new portal. You're going to see new portal, new workouts, fasten your seatbelt. We're going to have a lot of fun.
They're asking for it.
Yeah, you were asking for it. So here we go. If you're in your second round, instead of doing the prep week workouts, what I want you to do is actually repeat week 5 workouts. Okay, so repeat week 5 workouts or week 6 workouts. If you're in your second round, do not do the prep week workouts. They're going to be too easy. So let's go ahead and do either week 5 or week 6 workouts, and then you're going to see brand new workouts moving forward. So you're going to really enjoy those, and I'll share that updated portal.
And then breastfeeding moms?
Breastfeeding moms. Okay, great question. I'm also a breastfeeding mom. So if you're in the program and you're nursing, that should make you feel really good. You will see that your supply is fantastic if you eat enough of the right macronutrients. You should also focus on micronutrients. All of us should, but specifically those of us who are breastfeeding. If you eat enough of the right foods, you're going to have a fantastic supply, but even more importantly, you've got to hydrate. There's been a lot of research on women who fast for religious reasons, who are also breastfeeding. Typically, supply is 100% fine as long as we stay hydrated. I've noticed that my supply is fantastic. Unless I'm super busy through the weekend, I'm doing thing to thing, and I don't drink enough. So if I don't drink enough through the weekend, I usually notice that I'll have a bit of a dip. But otherwise, I've had a great supply. I was actually like a super producer. So I think by the time Lily was like 2 months, I had 70 bags of milk in the freezer or something like insane. Yeah, he was like getting frustrated. So yeah, Lily's 7 months now. She's finally interested in food, which I'm happy about. If you're breastfeeding a brand new baby, brand new newborn, keep watching the supply, but eat enough of the right foods. Fasting's totally fine. You can do the 16-8, no problem. I speak from experience on that. All right. Other common questions?
Last big one is half marathon training.
Yep. Okay. So if you are training for a half marathon or a marathon, I do not want you doubling up on workouts. I would suggest that you do 1 day of our muscle building cardio, kind of that speed work. It's going to be speed burst training, which is only going to be positive for you long term. I'd probably do your long run on Saturday in lieu of our heavy leg day. That would be my strategy for you. We do have a little bit of information about that in the portal, but we've had many women train for half marathons and marathons through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. Qualify for Boston, BQ. They've said, listen, this is the first time we've trained for a marathon and not gained weight. This is the first time we've stayed lean or gotten leaner while training, because most of the time, my colleagues who are training for half marathons, triathlons, they're gaining, okay? They're gaining because their body's in survival mode. They're gaining around the midsection. They're getting thicker because they're really working their body hard. So again, food cycle combined with your marathon training and some of my workouts is probably going to be your best bet. All right, maybe one more question and then I will sign off, but I know my Faster Way to Fat Loss coaches are on here and they're answering questions. We'll be doing so all day as well. Okay, I do see one question. Can you switch low carb days and macro days to match the gym classes? You can switch up the cycle. This program is meant to be flexible. It's meant to be a lifestyle. I would pair 2 low carb days next to each other. I've been very strategic about that because it's going to maximize the carb depletion strategies that we leverage through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. I love having those 2 low carb macro days side by side. Now, as a reminder, we're going to be doing another live training right here on this page next Monday, and I'm going to share some expectations with you, including the fact that on low carb macro day, you might have a headache, you might feel the detox symptoms, you might be a little tired and hangry as we transition your body from being a sugar burner to a pro-fat burner. So prepare yourself for that. I probably wouldn't go ahead and do like this super heavy CrossFit workout on a low carb macro day. You're going to be very depleted going into that workout. Okay, so let's be very strategic about what we do, why we do, when we do, how we do in regard to the food cycle and the workouts. Okay, ladies, guess what? I do have to hop off because I have a 10:45, but I am so thrilled to work with each and every one of you. You're going to absolutely thrive through the program. Let's stay positive. Let's ask questions here on the page. We're going to get support and encouragement from each other and the coaches. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll be talking to you soon. I love you, ladies. Bye.